Greetings, this is Frosty Thundertrot at Thundertrot Permaculture. Today I am talking about the Ford 800, 801, and 901 tractors. The 800 has a engine horsepower of 44.4 horsepower. Comes in several models. The 820, which has no 3-point, no hydraulic. So this is just a basic I would almost say a drag trailers around tractor. These were made for a specific use, but I don't know what it is. I almost want to say they were used for like airports to drag around airplanes and stuff like that. The 840, which has a 4-speed transmission and a transmission-based PTO. The 850, which has a 5-speed transmission and a transmission-based PTO. And the 860 with a live PTO. As of all the previous Ford tractors, they still have the Class 1 3-point, and the 840 and 850 have a decent PTO. I don't like the live PTO on the 860. I don't know why Ford continued to keep using the live PTO at this point, other than the fact that it's like 5 to 10 RPM faster than the independent or the transmission, which they use on the other ones. So I don't know why they continued to use the live PTO. None of these, however, had live hydraulics. They all had open center hydraulics. I would say the 800 series is a good utility tractor. This is something I would drop my 9 in in a heartbeat and pick up one of these instead. Next up is the 801. The 801, it was the follow-on to the 800. It comes in the 811, which is a Selecto-speed transmission with no PTO. The 821, it's a 4-speed with no PTO, no hydraulic. Once again, this is another one of these just drag a trailer around tractors. The 841, which is a 4-speed transmission with a transmission PTO. The 851, which is a 5-speed with a transmission PTO. The 861, which is a 5-speed with a live PTO. The 871, which is Selecto-speed with an independent PTO. Now this is a good step up right here because the independent PTO is the modern standard. And then it was the 881 Selecto-speed. This had a dual speed independent PTO, so you can run it either at 540 RPMs or 1000 RPMs. This is a great tractor. It has 62.6 horsepower. This is a good tractor, but it has a problem. With 62 horsepower, it has enough horsepower to run your biggest attachments. You know, your round hay balers, your larger pull-behind combines, your big batwing mowers. But there's a problem. This tractor only weighs about 3,000 pounds. So the type of attachment that this is strong enough to power, it's going to push this tractor around a lot. In comparison, the Oliver 88, which is a 64 horsepower, it weighs 5,000 pounds. You know, so it has some weight to hold it down in place. And, you know, so you're not getting pushed around by your attachments so much. So that is something I would keep an eye on with the 801 series and the 901 series. The 901 series is essentially the same as the 801 series, but it has triangle gears instead of the standard wide front end. So they try to call it a row crop tractor, but it's not a true row crop. It's just tricycle configuration, because you can't adjust the axle width, so it's not a true row crop tractor. The 901 series is slightly heavier than the 801 series, so maybe this was a realization that the 801 series was a little bit too light. However, it's only 500 to 1,000 pounds heavier. So instead of being, 10 2,500 to 3,300 pounds. It is exactly 35,000 pounds. The 901 has power steering, which is a nice little upgrade. And once again, I would take a 901 series tractor, especially the 981. These two tractors you see here, the one on the left is an 881. This one is for sale in South Haven, Michigan on Marketplace for $5,000, and it includes several attachments, so that's the reason why the price is a little bit higher. And then the one on the right is a 960, and it is for sale in Hickory Corners, Michigan on Marketplace for $2,000. So, yeah, these are great utility tractors, but I think they're a little overpowered for their weight. If they, I guess it's not a bad thing. You just have to realize that these, while they have a lot of extra horsepower for the size of tractor they are, they don't have the weight to be able to handle a really large implement. Because if you have a big round baler behind you, and you try to make a tight turn, that baler is going to push you, and you might end up jackknifing. So, as long as you're cognizant and aware of this, it's something you can overcome. But for safety's sake, for this much horsepower, I would really want a heavier tractor. Thank you very much for watching.